Hello everybody on YouTube and welcome to the Chase for the Championship Last Chance Qualifier race, where the remaining 28 drivers who did not manage to make the chase are going to get one final opportunity to make it in, where we are about to go 10 laps of racing here at Talladega Superspeedway. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. Now, the chase standings coming into this race, currently the drivers that are in the chase are P.J. Williams, David Rivera, Jesse Setti, Zachary Fitzwater, Chris Michaels, Michael Norman, Preston Plord, Angel Navarro, Dorian Facepuncher. Those were the 10 drivers that made it into the chase via top 10 in the points. And there were some crazy things that happened in the point standings after I recorded Lime Rock, because I was under the impression that it was Galligan and Sanford, Charles Sanford, Sean Galligan, Charles Sanford, were the two wildcard drivers. But it turns out, after the race, Sean Galligan fell out of the top 30 to the point where he ended up 34th, so his chances of getting the wildcard spot that we thought was locked up, taken away, because you have to be top 30 with the victories in order to get in. Charles Jackson fell out of the top 10, so as a result, he got a wild card spot. And when you thought that there was a tie for the second wild card spot, and I said there wasn't, turns out we did have a tie. Both drivers had 617 points. Both drivers get in because they tie, and with wildcard spots, there is no tiebreaker. So Chris Washer and Charles Sanford got into the chase via wildcard spots because they tied in the point standings. So Washer, what we thought was a heartbreak, ended up being big reward, so he's going to be in the chase for the first time in a couple seasons. Sanford's in as well. Charles Jackson enters the picture as well for himself. So Galligan, he's going to have one final chance to try to get in, and he starts 17th, as you see the starting lineup on the side of your screen, or if you've seen it. Johnny Gardner on the pole, and then it's Dylan Young, Cody Lamas, Austin LaPlante, Kyle Matthews, Chase Oliver, Jessica Shelton, Joshua Collard, Danny Wells, and Kyle Corbett. And an interesting thing on Danny Wells, got a good run last week at Lime Rock. He moved up to 11th, but he was only 4 points shy of making the top 10 in the standings. So, tough break right there after that. But he'll have a chance. But let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
10 laps of racing, so this is going to be a short race. No cautions also in this race. So, pretty much if you wreck, you wreck, and there ain't nothing that can be done. This is to determine who will be the 14th driver in the chase for the championship, and this is going to be really interesting. In the last row is Seth Cole and Dylan Poteet. It's going to be interesting to see how, if them two can somehow get up to the front within this short period of time. And all the rookies of the season are in this race. The highest in the points was Kyle Corbett, but he was 22nd in the points in about 41 points out of the top 10. So Corbett was close, but not close enough. But one driver I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for is going to be that 43 of Joshua Collard, because he's been on quite a momentum streak with good finishes as of late. We'll see if he can carry that over here. As here we go, boogity, 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 let's go racing. Johnny Gardner, who was on the pole for this race. Now, keep in mind, Gardner is eligible to make the chase because he moved past Alex Hawkins in the point standings after Hawkins was in the season earlier in that 39. So, yeah, Gardner is eligible to win and make the chase. And also what's interesting, if the owner standing system was in place, that 39 car would be 5th in the owner standings if we had the owner standing system in place. And Johnny Gardner right now, he's got a big lead, and I don't know if that's really necessarily a good thing, because he's going to have Cody Lamas and a whole bunch of other guys coming right to his back bumper pretty soon. But cars behind him are racing 3-4 wide back there. As long as you're not leaning... Oh, and we had a wreck back there. Trent Dunham was involved, Bob Jones, Danny Wells, and Joshua Balkin. I think Dutta and Shears were in it. There went some of these guys' chances. Bob Jones, looks like his chances are over. Same with Danny Wells. Trent Dunham, tough break. Joshua Balkin, the same thing. Ian Dutta. Dougie Shears, he's losing the draft, so he's going to have a terrible fate happen to him unless cars behind or in front of him slow down a little bit so Shears can get back into the main draft. So Shears not quite out of it yet. Oh, and we got another wreck! And this is even bigger! Oh man, this took out a lot of good cars. There was Collard in it. Rue McIntyre was involved. Kyle Matthews, LaPlante, Collard, James McLeod, Tanner Sullivan, Dylan Thoreau, Chase Oliver, Dylan Young. There's Shears. McCrory was in it. Seth Cole, I think, got a piece of it. But man, that really separated the field, and now we don't have very many cars in this lead pack. And Johnny Gardner continues to lead, and he's got fellow rookie Benjamin Miles right behind him. So 2 laps in a row around here in the backstretch, we've had 2 wrecks happen, and it's taken out about half of the field as far as chances of making the chase. Now the only cars you have in this pack are Gardner, Miles, James Silverfox, Jessica Shelton, Jeffrey Rose, Jessica Villanueva, Pichu London, Sean Galligan, who's still up in the mix, Cody Lamas, and Kyle Corbett. And then you got Seth Cole and Dylan Poteet, who are somewhat in the pack, but they're a little bit far away. And whoa, James Silverfox thought about going underneath of Benjamin Miles, but decided to kind of stay back behind him. And that's Gardner's teammate as well. And Silverfox won a race earlier in the season. He won at Chicagoland, if I'm not mistaken, in that big wreck fest. Oh man, it's going to be 3 wide for second. Look at Jeffrey Rose in the 8 Budweiser car. He wants to try to get up there so he can make the chase. And Jeffrey Rose, he's had a struggling first season in the Walmart Cup Series. But now he could turn that around and get in the chase if he can get past the 39 of Gardner. But keep an eye on Sean Galligan, who's won 3 times and ended up missing the wild card spot because he fell out of the top 35. Well, he has a chance at redemption as he moves into the 3rd spot. Yeah, it looks like only the top 10 are the ones in this lead pack. And now Jeffrey Rose, with help from Galligan, is going to go underneath Gardner. This is the first lead change of the race because Gardner has held on to the lead every lap so far. And now Galligan's going to try to make a move underneath of Rose with help from Kyle Corbett and James Silverfox. And it looked like a photo finish at the line, but Jeffrey Rose still led that lap. But now Galligan's going to get the lead with 4 laps to go here at Talladega in this LCQ event. Oh, they may be coming up on lap traffic here very soon. This could really shuffle the field up as far as this lead pack goes. And now here comes James Silverfox with a run underneath. He's going to take the lead over. Cody Lamas, who has been in desperation mode for the past few weeks, got up to 13th in the points after Lime Rock. But he's going to have to try to win this here race. But let's see. We're going to go up here to the 51 and the 28 because the lead lap cars, or the leaders, are coming right up to them. And then you got Bob Jones, who's slow too, so they'll have to contend with him. And here they are up to these two. Let's see, the high line of Villanueva, and I can't tell who that was. I think that was Gardner. They had to run, but now they're getting held up. So that's going to help Silver Fox go back to the point. Man, a lot of cars got held up in that. Benjamin Miles, Johnny Gardner, Cody Lamas, and Dylan Poteet ended up making his way back into the pack. But now they're going to get held up, and I think that might have put the nail in the coffin for their chances. Looks like it's going to come down between these five. Silver Fox, Galligan, Corbett, London, Shelton. 2 laps to go, and they still got Bob Jones to contend with. And then after that, they should be okay, although they may catch Tanner Sullivan. Let's check how fast he's going. Yeah, they may catch Sullivan. And now they're about to catch Bob Jones. Let's see what happens. Galligan, oh, I don't know about this. Galligan, I think he's going to get held up. Now he's going to try to move up high. Whoa, Pichu London about spun Bob Jones around. But that separated the top 5, so only 2 cars look like are going to battle it out. Silver Fox and Corbett. But will they have Tanner Sullivan to contend with going into the backstretch? Final lap of the Chase LCQ. It is Silver Fox with the lead. But Kyle Corbett right there behind him. He's going to have to try to hope for a big suck up in the draft. Tanner Sullivan is up ahead. Maybe Sullivan will play a role in this finish. Corbett not giving up just yet. Sullivan a little bit further ahead. I don't even know if they're going to catch him or not. And I don't think Corbett's going to have enough for Silver Fox, it looks like. James Silver Fox coming through to Trioval to come take the checkered flag. James Silver Fox wins the Chase LCQ at Talladega, so he is the 14th driver in this season's Chase. Crazy turn of events after the first half with 2 wrecks that really shook up this entire race. But Silver Fox is going to get the win and is going to be the 14th driver in the chase for the championship. He joins the fellow 13 drivers of P.J. Williams, David Rivera, Jesse Setti, Zachary Fitzwater, Stephen Pollard III, Chris Michaels, Michael Norman, Preston Plord, Angel Navarro, Dorian Facepuncher, Charles Jackson, Chris Washer, and Charles Sandfer. That is huge for that 34 car. Absolutely huge. Well, that does it for our coverage here. As you see the official results on the side of your screen here. Kyle Corbett thought he could get something done at the end, but just didn't have the draft help to make it happen. Pichu London, then Jessica Sheldon, Sean Galligan. Unfortunately, after all that happened, he's unfortunately going to miss out on this chase. Then you got the rest of the top 10. Jessica Villanueva, Dylan Poteet, Jeffrey Rose, Johnny Gardner, and Cody Lamas. Everybody from 11th to 25th finished on the lead lap. Benjamin Miles, Seth Cole, Dougie Shears, Austin LaPlante, Kyle Matthews, Joshua Balkin, Anthony McCrory, Trent Dunham, Dylan Thoreau, Ian Dutta, Danny Wells, Joshua Collard, Chase Oliver, Dylan Young, Tanner Sullivan, and the other 3 cars finished a lap down, so we didn't have any retirees after the wrecks. Bob Jones, James McLeod, and Rue McIntyre. But that does it for our coverage of the Chase LCQ at Talladega. We will see you in the first race in the Chase, which I am going to look up to see where the Chase begins. And we begin at Texas, and that's going to be exciting. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is Levi McIntyre.